Okay, I'm gonna pick up. Hi, everybody. I'm just tweaking a few things on my project that I was working on over the weekend. So I worked with a buddy of mine, Pavan Jakku. He's at The Alchemist. I'll tweet his name when I tweet this video link. So basically, he and I were working on Global Game Jam. I had to work most of the weekend at my day job, sadly. So I was only there for Friday night, and I think I did about 2 hours on Saturday night. Well, I only put in about 10 hours into this. So it's not as far as we'd obviously have liked if we both had the full weekend to work on it together. But it's pretty good so far. So I'll show you what we got. So it's a turn-based strategy game. We basically just got move and attack and defend working. And there's a set of turns. So we have a bunch of units on the map. You can click them, or it centers on the one that's active turn it is, and then you hit move and it'll give you a border. We still need to highlight the tiles a bit with like a different color, but that's how far you can move. You can use WASD to look around your map, and you can move to any tile that is that color. And then it would be the other person's turn, so they can move and do the same thing. And their move is based on their speed, so they can move up to 3 tiles away. Right? That's all working. This guy's a little slower, so he can only move 2 tiles, etc. And I'll move. Just do some quick moves, and then we'll get into the attacking, because the attack has a range. So. Ninja. Okay, so now that I'm close enough, if I hit attack. Oh, no, I'm this guy over here. Sorry. I'll move in first. Okay, now if I hit attack, anybody that I can't attack has a little glowy red circle. And then when I attack them, we don't have the animation set up or anything, but it does do the damage. If I were to skip to their turn, I can now see they took 5. Looks like 5 damage. So that's where we're at so far. I just started to add these icons on here based on what class it is. So that is what I will be continuing to work on right now. So I have to do some Photoshop work real quick. That folder open. Okay, so that was the battle axe that I've done. I need to open up. To go through all of them and make them RGB. Nope, nope. RGBs. Okay, and then I'm just going to do a quick and dirty outline ones. Make a mask. White. Brush over that and put a stroke on here. This is a quick and dirty way to make any icon. Okay. Clipping mask. From layer, stroke. And these icons are all coming from free icons or gameicons.net. I suggest that you use them and support them. Click on their Google ads and stuff, and I am not affiliated with them in any way, so don't worry about that. I'm actually going to erase those blood drops because I don't really want them. Right down that layer. I don't really want the blood drops, I just want a dagger for the rogue class. Okay, and then go back to the brush. Stroke. Okay, and then we're gonna save all as pings over top of themselves. This is machete. This is not going to take too long. As long as I can keep paying attention to what I want to do here. And because these pings were already in the folder, they should automatically import in Unreal after they have. Okay, so now if we go back in Unreal, yeah, see all the icons have re-imported. Okay, so now I'm just going to make some materials out of these and rename these. What they are. At warrior icon. Wizard icon. Dagger. Material. Matte. Rogue icon. And we'll create another one. Lizard staff, which is actually going to be a priest staff. At. And as I said, those are all from gameicons.net. Use those. We're going to be using it as an icon, so preview it as a flat plane. And what we're going to do is put the alpha into opacity, but you can't do that. Oh, you can't? What? Okay. But you have to change it from opaque to, I think, masked or translucent. Wait for it to load. I don't think that's what I want. I want translucent. And so you put that into the opacity, but it's not bright enough, so I tend to put this into emissive color as well. Save. We might have to do some stuff here, so I'm going to move it out of the way. Yeah, so now the black is gone. Well, the black outline. Okay, so I just got to do that with the other two mats. Here. Change it to translucent. I can click on it. All. And pop that into color. Opacity. Again, these are quick and dirty icons. I just want to get something showing. I'm not a master yet of the material editor to know how to make it perfect. And wizard icon. And color. We'll view it as a plane. Use that as a plane. So we have 3 icons. Perfect. And I did this barbarian one up like that already. So what I need to do is add a variable that I can change what this unit does. So I'll quickly grab the unit here. The unit is our base unit, and we have different unit types that inherit from it, right? So all units are going to have a class. We're going to go in here, we're going to add a variable. But the class variable we want it to be is going to be an enum. So first we have to go back and class type. Put all of our enums in here. So I'll do that. So I think it's blueprints, enumeration, and this will be the class types. And we've got 4 class types to start. We have a warrior, a priest, wizard, and you can make them any classes you want, and a rogue. I eventually we're just trying to make a quick turn-based strategy framework so that we can quickly iterate in the future and have something in our portfolios that says, hey, we made something that looks like a board game. Okay, so we have now that enum set up. So now we're going to make a variable in unit of that type. So we'll drop down, go to enum, and it's going to be class type here. And the variable for each unit is going to have my class. What is my class type? We're going to make it public so that you can change it when you place the unit in the world. And then we'll save that. Then when we create, you'll notice that I have this material billboard here. Probably isn't the best way to do it, but we've got materials for the icons. So we have the material. We're going to, on construction right now, a unit sets its stats, and then it has a team, right? And it goes through all that. So I'm going to actually make this a sequence. A little easier to read. So first we're going to switch on the team color. Then we're going to switch on... Actually, I'm just going to grab the variable type, my class type. I'm going to get that. We're going to switch on that. Okay. So we're going to do this switch first and then this switch. So then we are going to, what are we going to do if it's a warrior? Well, we're going to set the material billboard. We're going to set its material to be that material to be the matching material type. So we have warrior icon. Warrior, we set the material on our material billboard to be a warrior icon. And we're going to copy this and do that 4 more times with the different icons. Priest, wizard, rogue. Now we're just going to change these. So this was the priest. And this is the wizard. This is the rogue icon. Now these are all set up. File, save. Oh, I have to link up. Doesn't know what billboard to change the material on. The target. then I should. If you had multiple materials on a single thing, you could go have a variable set for each element index and that kind of fun stuff. This, you notice we did the same kind of thing here for the team. It's red. I have a rust. If I'm on team blue, I have made of water. On team green, I have grass texture. It was just something quick and dirty so we can change teams. So we go back here. And now each of these guys should have, click on a person actually. Because it's a unit, I now have stuff here. So I have a team and a class type. So if I want to say, her name was Kath the Brute, so she's a warrior. We'll leave her. This is Andy the Priest, so I'm going to change him to a priest. And you'll notice now my icon changes. Whenever you change any of these, it recalls the construction script. And then here we have another Kath the Brute, so she's going to be a warrior. Go up here, we got Brewer the Warrior. And Iggy the Barb. Still warriors. This one's a priest. And this one's a... Okay, now if I play, you can see that we have our icons are all nice and set up. I gotta change this texture. It's too hard to lighting a bit. Light source density. And I'm going to change the incident angle. Might have to rebuild the lighting. Fix that there. I'm just going to change the texture real quick. So right now it's using lake, which is super reflective. I'm just going to change it to something that's not. So. Dirt rock. The other one's rust. So. Oh, it's pretty. Okay. Shiny. Ah! Can't see the icons. Okay, so we'll just move up. Move up. Crease behind. We also have to work on this thing. So right now the icons are all in the upper left. But the way we're moving it, we're using AI moves, so it's actually calling to rotate on this. So I just have to lock the rotation and angle. I think I can do that on their character movement. So go back into unit. Character movement. Rotation. So I'm facing up, so I want to move down to That can kind of show us which way they're facing. Actually, yeah, I'll do that. We're going to go into the unit viewport here. I'm going to view it from the top. Zoom in a bit. Billboard. We're going to actually put the icon in the direction they're going to go. So it kind of works as which way they're facing. We don't have any models on top of it. Now if I click here, looks like I've run that way. And I'm facing this way. And I kind of have a weapon hanging out in front of me. That's kind of cool. Dagger. And then in the level itself, I'm just going to rotate these dudes around so they're facing me to start the game. Probably not one. I gotta snap to them. Oh, right, because it's 50, negative 150. 50. Mm. 450. 50. Okay. Play. Okay. So now we've got some icons showing you what your unit type is. I eventually want to do a whole bunch of like UI stuff. So right now we just have one action point. If you do anything, your turn's over. So I want to also link that up eventually. The next thing I was going to do UI-wise though was up in the upper left or somewhere in the bottom. I was going to have, we've got to indicate whose turn it is. Some kind of particle effect on the unit that's active. And then we also need to put in what the overall turn is. We have a turn counter. I'm going to put that on there. Yeah. Let's do that. So we'll make another widget. Right now I have two widgets, one for that action menu on the left and one for the active card. That's unit is whose current turn it is. Okay, so I'm just going to make another widget here. Interface widget blueprint. And this is going to be the turn info. Okay, and we're going to have, I think I want to put it on the bottom. So we're going to make text. And it's going to be bottom left. Anchored. And we're going to put it there. So let's say 40 out from here. 40. Oh, plus my. Okay, and we're going to make it decent size. This is going to be current turn. And we're going to make another text. And that just lets it not have to do as much. Negative 70. And inside we're just... Okay. So this widget is going to need to know, or it's going to need a function. Well, first I'm going to bind this value. So this is going to, this gets a color. What? I think I bound the wrong thing. Did. Move binding. I wanted to bind this, the text. So I'm going to create a binding. So this needs to take in a text. And we're going to say the current turn value. And the return value. So this is just going to go right into that. So I'm going to rename this to important. So this is actually setting the text. Setting turn value text. Okay. So we have that function. Oh, you can't set parameters on these. Okay. That's not a problem. Yeah, let's do it. It is called get. This is a getter where you need a new variable of type text. And this is the turn value text. And we're going to just take this and put it in. This is just going to get this variable. So whenever this variable changes, it's going to call this. Okay. And then we need a setter function. Set turn value. And this is going to take in that text. New turn value text. And this is that. And this is a public function. So I'm now going to add the widget to my blueprint, or my... Okay. So create a new action widget. Create a new, it's called turn info widget. Turn info. Okay, and then we're gonna promote that to a variable, which we will call info. And we're going to add that to the viewport. Okay. So now this reference, I'm able to now call on it, I can now call set. What my variable called? Turn value. I can call set turn value. New text value. But I need to call that from my game. The game called game mode. Okay, so my game mode is calling next turn, and next turn increments the turn number, which I think I can maybe link it to this variable directly in the yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get rid of this. Gonna get game mode. And we're going to get what was it called? Current turn number. Probably private. Oh, I have to cast it to Urn-Based. Why can't you find it? Turn number. And convert that to text. Should work. Although I've never done it this exact way. Okay, so I'm going to delete this one. Oh no, dash. That turn value. I think I did this wrong. This should all be in. Okay, so we get the game mode, convert its current turn number to text, and plug it in there. And that should be a binding, and then I don't need this anymore. Don't think I need this anymore. Okay, file, save. And then I added it to the viewport in so now let's play. Current turn is 1. And since I had put 0 in there before, I know it was kind of done. Now as I skip, since all the units have skipped, it becomes turn 2. Okay, perfect. So, excellent. Excellent. Okay, the next thing, I want to make that obviously look a bit prettier, so let's close that other thing. Okay, so I don't want it to just be plain text. So shadow. We'll put a we want to do this. It's slightly pretty. We'll put an image here in the background. And we're going to tint it black. And turn one. Okay. I'm also going to go and fix Evan's typos. I before E. And I'm going to name them also. Johar. Just because I want to I'll just give them names actually. The icons now denote what class they are. Call them path. Andy. Oh. Well, the next thing I want to do is show the turn order and who's taken their turn this turn. So we'll have a unit list. At the bottom that will constantly be as it's my turn, it will highlight that I'm the active unit. But it will only show the next, say, 4 units to have their turn. Okay. Mist and Tower. Now everybody's got a different name. So, going to, like right now, everybody's turn order is randomized and stored in an array. That array is in my game mode. I open that back up. So I have an array, the units array, which is all of my units, and I have a current unit index. The current unit index is the current unit whose turn it is. So what I want to do is create a UI that shows the next 4 people in this array Because those are the people that will have their turns next. So that's all fine and dandy when I have more than 4 people in the array. I just go, okay, get current index at, or give me the unit array at the current unit index. Well, give me your current unit index. And then I will say, okay, give me this one, that one, and that one. But if I'm at the end of the array, give me the first at the array. So I have to basically create a function in my game mode that's going to return an array of 4, which are the next 4 to take their turn. And it will have to update that array every time somebody dies or somebody has taken their turn. So, and then I want to also change the background of whose turn it is on my UI to match the color of their team. Okay, so let's see if we can do this. So I'm going to need a bunch of images, I guess I can just use buttons that don't do anything, or they can actually parent things. Okay, so we'll call them button. And it might, yeah, I'm going to leave them as buttons because then you can go and click that button and we'll make that center the camera on that unit. So that's a nice little feature to have in there. Okay, so this is going to be unit 1. Next unit 1. We're going to anchor this to the bottom left again. And we're going to, right, yeah. So this is 30, so I need to know this height. Let's just say this is 45. 45 as well. And -7. Way bigger than 45. Okay, looks better now. Optical illusions are fun. Okay, so we're gonna make this a bit wider because we're gonna need at least, say, 15 characters for the unit name to go in there. So let's just say 150. That's a little too small. Go 200. Okay, so 200. That's good. So now our color and opacity is not what I think it is, so that's good. Is there we go. I'm going to clear this back to white. I have message. I will be right back, y'all. Okay, so this is our base buttons. So our normal is the color of what it is normally. So I need a way to bind these colors or have ifs. I have to compile to get lines. I hope I don't have to make 2 button types and use the right one to show. Okay, well, say we have team red and team blue. When you hover, it's going to be a darker red, red, and then saturate. And then when you pick it, it doesn't really matter. It won't. It'll go back to red. Okay. So, I'm going to put a text on top of this. And it's going to be next unit name 1. Okay, so maybe I'll make the button a bit wider. And then enter this. Okay. Take next unit name 1 and make this. That's the longest name we're gonna. Okay, so now this button. Actually, I think let's take this image and make it a button. We're gonna add another button here because I kind of want these. Okay. This is 45, and this is going to be 250. Right? 25. Okay, so it's 45 high, and I want it 30 out, so 30 is actually out. Okay. Now I have to move this 0 over. Okay, so this current unit button is going to say and then I'm going to put that 0 actually. I'll put this actually to the left and up here. That's the current turn, current unit. I'm going to leave this one gray so that you know. Yeah, the same thing as this. Okay, so current unit, what I'm going to do here is This is going to be bound to the name of the unit. The unit is in my game mode. The way I can tell which unit it is in my game mode. So this units array at the current unit index. So we're going to do that. So I need to bind this text and create a binding. Okay. Now to get that text, why is it called text? Because I call it text here. Okay. You go back and okay. And we're going to bind. Okay. That makes a bit more sense, the name. Okay, so I'm going to get the game mode. And I don't do that over here. Get the game mode. And we're going to cast that to our game mode we're using. We can access its variables. And then I want to get my, what's it called? Units array. Units array. Okay. And I want to get I use array get, and then I also want to get the index. Okay, so now this gives me a unit, and from the unit I can get the name, get my name, and convert it to a string. So bam! Every time my current unit changes, this should update that string in that button to be the current unit's turn. So let's go try that out. So Kath is the current turn. If I defend and skip, it becomes Tala. Okay, perfect. Accessed, none. Ah. Oh, cast failed. Return. That works. And stop. Call func array get item from node turn. I haven't seen that error before. I'll probably have to Google it and fix it, but it appears to work for what we're doing. Okay, so that's the current unit. Then we're going to do the same thing for, and probably get the same errors, for the other one. I'm going to copy this, and we are going to go back to the designer. Combine this name next unit. Next. Paste that in. Put that in. Put that here. And that here. Wrong game mode. Let's just make it text. Text. In-app purchases. Text. Make little. Yeah. Okay, so we want it to be the next unit in the index. So what we want to do is increment this and mod it by the size of this. So we're going to get plus plus. I don't want to set it, so I want to make another integer. I just go plus int. Okay, so I don't want to set it back in, which is why I don't want to use the increment node. Break this. So I want to get the current unit index plus 1, and then I want to mod by get the size of this array. Size. Or length, it's called. Okay, so what that does, when you mod something by the size of the array, it gets you to you. It will make sure that that number is always within the bounds of that array's size. So if when I add this 1, I'm on the last element in the array, and I go over, it'll mod it by that size, so this would give me 0 instead. Okay, and that's just to prevent overflow, array overflow. Okay, now this should always work regardless of how many units there are left alive. And that might be tricky to test. I'll have to kill things or make the array smaller by deleting some units. So let's try this out. Okay, so Pavin's the current guy. If I defend, Tala should be the second, then the person that's up next. Okay, perfect. Now if I defend, Kath is up next. Defend, Doer is up next. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm basically I'll do this off camera because I don't need to record repetitive tasks and talk over it for you guys, but I'm just going to make, probably just fill up the bottom there so people can just see the turn order for a while. Eventually I'll have like right now that units array has all the units and then randomizes whose turn it is, and it stays constant for the rest of the game. Eventually what we're going to do is have a units array that gets me all the units, but I'm going to have another array of who's up next in turn order. And that's every update. Every time somebody finishes a turn, everybody adds their speed value to their current turn timer, kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics, kind of. And you can do it that way. It'll add speed to them until it's their turn, and whoever's got the most speed is going to win. And whenever you take a turn, it sets it back to 0. So. Anyway, I'm just going to stop recording for a bit and duplicate these buttons, and I'll come back and we'll see where we're at. Okay.